Yo, how's it going, guys? I don't know if you can actually hear me. I'm hoping you can this time. I'm gonna get rid of my OBS. There we go. I'm hoping you can hear me because I know last stream I made a massive error and no one actually could hear me, and it was about an abolishment. So yeah, let me know about that. But I'm gonna pretend that you can hear me. So yeah. Let's see. Let me double check. As soon as I get the go ahead, I'll explain what's going on. Because I don't want to talk to myself like last time. You can hear? Okay, cool. Alright, cool. So, I played around a little bit with the database that we were working on for the last 2 days. So, are you trolling? Someone says they can't hear. You're trolling. I don't believe you. Okay, so yeah, I had to look into it, and I tried my best to like figure it out. But my brain absolutely melted at this, and I think what I need to do is actually just look at some leak code problems and try and solve them in Rust, because I just could not for the life of me figure out how to figure out this system. So we're gonna leave this project. We're gonna abandon it. It's fine. It's fine to change our minds, because it looks like that. I'm not ready to do something like this, which is fine. But B plus trees are quite difficult to do anyway, so it's fine. But in the last, like, I kid you not, 5 minutes, I've come up with a new project idea that we're going to work on for the next video. So that's what we're going to do. Do you write server codes to make the efficient communications of data between database and front-end software? Yeah, that is the purpose of the server side, if that's what you're asking. But yeah, this is literally all we have. What we're going to start by doing, and I'm probably going to keep this stream relatively short because I don't feel too good and it's boiling here. So we're going to keep it relatively short, but we're going to plan it and hopefully get the project set up and maybe get a few things done. So the idea for this is it's going to be a bad habit tracking software thing. I'm not entirely sure how to refer to it. Is RS extension for Rust? Yes, it is. So the idea of this app is that it's going to give you a list of questions. Say, for example, how often you drink energy drinks, how often you drink alcohol, how often you sit per day, and stuff like that. And then based on that, the app is going to rank in order the severity of the different things, because it's not going to just ask you like how often do you use energy drinks. It's going to ask you things like how long have you been drinking energy drinks for, and then it's going to list some of the short-term, long-term side effects of doing that, and then it's going to list some possible or it's going to give you kind of like a schedule of ways or of challenges for you to get out of that habit. Now, because we have like a few days to finish this project, I'm not actually going to implement any time functionality. I'm literally just going to give a list of days, and then it's up to the user to actually apply that. It wouldn't be the best program because it's not very interactive. You just put in the questions and it gives you answers. But I think it'd be a fun little project to work on for people curious of if they're potentially overusing alcohol or drinking too much caffeine, which I think we all are because we're programmers. Hi guys, any OBS problem today? No, we got it. We got it working. First try as well, because the last 2 streams I fucked it up. The first time I forgot to press go live. The second time the microphone didn't work for like a good 10 minutes. Hello Nathan Online. Everyone go subscribe to Nathan Online. He's got a cool game dev channel. He's got a really good AI video that he recently posted as well. So I recommend checking that out. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go into this Miro and plan it a little bit. So the first thing we probably want to think about is how do we decide the severity of the different habits. So let's list down a few example habits here. So let's just say we have, in fact, let's just use a pen. Hopefully I can write this out okay. Let's just say we have caffeine. I wish I had a drawing tablet. And let me think. I don't know, caffeine and we'll just do alcohol. It's fine. And then we can weight them, so we can say the severity of each of these. I think a good way of doing that is weighting them. The only thing is the different criteria for when this becomes a problem is different for every item. And in order to make this, in order to make this, so we don't have to hard code it, we're going to need to find a way to try and automatically calculate the weights for each of these. Instead of having to go manually say, if caffeine usage is more than 400 milligrams per day, then do this. So that's going to be the plan. Yeah, no worries, Newfoundland Online. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, the thing is there also are different measurements. Like, for example, caffeine use, it's going to be something like, how many times per day do you drink? And I suppose what we could do is we could have, so this is me thinking, so for example, caffeine, we could have a question, let me type this out because it's going to be faster. We could have a question, how many milligrams or how many coffees do you drink per day? And then let's actually change alcohol to sugar. I think that's a better example. And then we could say something like, on average, or we'll just say like, how much sugar do you consume per day? And then, for example, this one, these are going to be different. Actually, let's say, I think per day is fine in this case. So we would have like a criteria. In this example, it would be 400 is the criteria, right? The 400 milligrams of caffeine. So what we would say is coffee times, and roughly it's like 40 milligrams per cup of coffee. And then if this is equal to, or bigger or equal to 400, then we should probably do something like get the percentage of how much over they're going. And then we times that by the weight. So say caffeine's like not so much a big deal, whereas sugar is going to be a lot more harmful to you. Obviously, if you drink 70 cups of coffee, you're going to die. I don't know how much sugar it takes to die, but probably not as much sugar. I don't know. But yeah. So let's say that this had a weight of, say it had a weight of 1. And then this one would have a weight of 3 or something like that. And then what we would do is we'd probably have to get the percent. So let's say we had say someone drunk 15 coffees per day, 15 times 40. Wait, let me figure out the maths. 15 times 40, 600, right? So then what we would do is we would do 400. I think we do 600 divided by 400. 600 divided by, not by 2. 600 divided by 400 is 1.5 times. So this is a 1.5 times. And then because this has got a weight of 1, we would just times it by 1. So this would have a severity of 1.5, which doesn't really mean anything just yet, but we can probably rank them and find out. And then for sugar, let's say, what's the recommended amount of sugar per day? 30 grams, okay. Wait, surely it's more than 30 grams. Okay, maybe like 40 grams. Okay, so we'll keep it 35 to make this clearer. So let's say the sugar times 30. So wait, we don't need to do coffee times. So let's say that this is equal to 30 grams. And then let's say someone consumed 120 grams. So then we would do 120 divided by 30, which is 4. Which is 400%. And then we'd do 4 times 3 because this has got a bigger weight. So if we did 4 times 3... this would have a weight of 12, which is like 10 times worse than the coffee thing. I don't know if this is a system that would actually work very effectively, because obviously that's quite a high number. But at the same time, I suppose, yeah, I mean, I think this is fine. But we could maybe give this a higher weight is probably the thing we would want to consider, or potentially lower this. But that's my thinking of how we're going to determine like the weight of a habit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get, for example, the sugar had a weight of 12 and coffee had a weight of 1.5. Well, we would say, oh, well, this is a severe habit, and then we would also give information on how to improve on that habit and what side effects might be caused by the habit. So we'll tell them that, and then we might give them a set of days, and then we'll say, for example, on day 1, try and reduce it by 80%. So then we do what was it? I forgot what it was. Let's just say it was 120. We do 120 point, and then we would just say, oh, try and get it down to 96 grams today. And then we would just give them a series of days where they slowly decrease it. And depending on the habit will depend on how quickly we go down. Because obviously, if you just go from 120 grams of sugar per day straight to 0, that's not going to be very fun. The same with caffeine. If you just suddenly quit caffeine, you're going to start to get withdrawals. So I think that it's better to, when we give the list of days, is to just gradually decrease it. And it also depends on the habit itself and if it has any withdrawals or anything like that. Okay, so let me read chat because people want me to. Do you work a day job for a software engineer? No, I'm currently attending college, so I don't have a job as a software dev, which is probably why I'm so shit at programming. What did I stumble on? I didn't expect math. Yeah, so we're just figuring out a program that will track habits and track bad habits. We're just doing some maths on how we would calculate these and calculate the severity of them. Everyone's asking what the fuck's happening. Started to learn Rust the other day. No idea what I'm doing, but it's fun to mess around with. Yeah, Rust is awesome. It just takes some patience sometimes. But yeah, what I'm thinking is that we kind of just YOLO this project, maybe start the program. I know YOLOing it didn't work very well last time for the B+ tree, but we're going to try YOLO it and try and make this software, and hopefully you guys will understand it a bit better as we go. But what we're going to start doing, and let me rename the stream so people don't get confused. I'll just Until Insane. Programming habit tracking software until insane. That's what we're calling them. Calling the stream. So yeah, what we'll start with is we'll just start by constructing the questions. So we'll keep it simple for now. We'll say maybe like 3 different questions, and then we'll probably structure in JSON how this, we'll give these some values, and then in JSON that will calculate how it's going to rank each of these. But yeah, sorry that doesn't make much sense. But hopefully you guys will get a better idea of what we're trying to do once we actually start writing it. So let's actually start by creating the Tori project. Although, that being said, we could make it a web project, but it means... I mean, I would say actually let's just keep it a Tori project for now, like a simple desktop app, and then we can always move or port to the web later. So let's start by doing that. Let me get the appropriate folder up, and then we'll start that. I also need to remind myself how to start a Tori project because I've completely forgotten. We'll call it habit software. Okay. Let me just look up the Tori docs for this. Actually, I'll move that there. There we go. What language are you coding in? So we're probably going to be using JavaScript. Well, we are going to be using JavaScript and TypeScript, but we're probably going to use the React framework to actually structure this. How long is this project going to take to complete? Well, I'm keeping it very simple for now, so I'm hoping just a few days, but we'll see about that. I'm probably not going to be on for very long. We'll probably stream for maybe 1 or 2 hours, just because I'm kind of tired today. But we'll compensate that for tomorrow. Maybe we'll do another 5-hour stream. You could have the JSON information on the server. Yeah, so we could create like a simple Express server that just holds the JSON information and then do it that way. But I suppose I see what you mean. You mean keep up to date the most recent health information. That's also a good idea. We could definitely look into some APIs that we could take advantage of. Yeah, I think we'll keep it as a desktop app just so it can be used offline. But it won't take a minute just to set up Tori, and then we can just do basically or almost the whole thing on the client side for now. And we could always move it to Rust later on as well if we wanted to, as we're using Tori. So I'm just gonna look up Tori. I should know how to set up this project. Wait, why don't we watch a Code with Khan video? Because I made a Code with Khan video of how to set up a Tori project, which is kind of ironic. We're going to use that video. I don't think you guys will be able to hear desktop audio, unfortunately. So let me find out from this guy, this strange guy, how we set up the project. So, what is up? Okay, so npm create Tori-app at latest project, and then I think this is everything we need. Yeah, okay, cool. That's everything we need to know. So, yeah, we'll do that. I just realized I used npm instead of yarn. Let's do it in yarn. Yarn create Tori app at latest. I don't know if this is the right command. I think it is. Oh, wait. I think we could use npm and use yarn anyway. What IDE do you use? I use VS Code most of the time. I've been trying out JetBrains, WebStorm, and CLion. I think WebStorm's actually really cool. We'll probably use WebStorm today, actually, thinking about it, which is really good for like React projects and stuff like that. But yeah, I think VS Code is also really good. Yeah, we'll use yarn. I'm gonna probably upset some PNPM people. Okay, so let's actually, yeah, we probably want to install the dependencies first. That would be a good idea. Oh, wait. We don't want to do it in here. We want to do it in here. Yarn. It'll also take a minute to install the Tori dependencies, and then we can get started on doing some stuff. But actually, I'll just open this in WebStorm. Yeah, I still have the course API open from last time. I haven't opened WebStorm since then. Nice one. Okay, I think we're good. I think we got everything now, apart from the dependencies. You can use Cargo now? Yeah, we can use Cargo. I just prefer to use Yarn. I think, anyway. I'm not sure. Have you ever tried Svelte? Yeah. So we use Svelte for the incumbency project. If you check out the economy video, the economy game or simulator, you'll find how we made that, and we did that in Svelte. Personally, and I know this is going to make a lot of people mad, personally, I don't like the programming style that Svelte enforces, because it's very abstract. There's a lot of like state management stuff that's very implicit, which I'm not a fan of, but that's not what we're here today to argue about. I know it's going to make a lot of people mad, but personally, I just like React more because it's more declarative, and you can be more specific on how your state is managed. Did you give up on the database manager? Yes, I did. Yeah, Rust confused me too much. So yeah, when we tried to like go into the project structure and structuring the objects, my brain melted. Like I got further the first time than like the second and third time I tried it. But yeah, I need to look into data structures and stuff in Rust and look at LeetCode before I start anything like that. And next time I probably won't stream the actual B plus tree part of it if I do continue streaming, just because that got really boring really quickly. It's nice just to be able to code and think about code rather than planning the project the entire stream. But yeah, I mean, this one's a lot simpler and it works a lot more simple. We can just go straight into the code and see what happens, because with JavaScript, if you want to change the code, it's a lot easier than Rust, because in Rust you have to reconsider the entire structure of the code, whereas in JavaScript you just change a few things and then you're good to go. Let's also get let's get. I think we can just do cargo build. Oh wait, did we do cargo Tory builds instead? Oh wait, I'm in the wrong folder. Wait, what's going on? Cargo Tory dev. Okay, we can do that. That's fine then. I forgot how Tory worked. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna clean this all up. So I'm not really a fan of these files, so I'm just gonna boot them out. And we'll remove that, and we'll remove the styles from the main TSX file. Let me know what you guys think of WebStorm if you haven't used it before. But I think it's really nice because it's you can do a lot of refactoring really quickly. You might be able to do that in VS Code, but it's not as intuitive as in WebStorm. Why are people sending bread in the chat? Gotta stay hydrated. It's still loading. The window will pop up in a minute. So I think what we'll first consider doing is, I mean, we want to think about a few questions to ask. So I think that if we just ask maybe about 1 or 2 habits. So like, let me think of some bad habits that people might have, apart from porn, because we want to be monetized. The chat might get a bit crazy if we start doing that. Okay, so let me think. I should know this, but I suppose we can just ask a question like, how long do you sit down per day? And then how much sugar do you consume per day? And I suppose the sitting down per day one's more difficult because some people have to sit down in order to like do their job, and I know I'm very hypocritical for this because I did a 5-hour stream the other day sitting down. But yeah, get a standing desk, which I don't have. I can't afford one, but as soon as I can afford one, I'm getting a standing desk. Okay, so I mean, we could just start with like caffeine and sugar. I mean, we could make this a bit more intuitive. We could have like energy drinks consumed per day, and then that saves a lot of the sugar. I mean, I guess we could like condense it down to because we could condense it down and just ask the questions. How much coffee do you consume per day? Do you drink your coffee with with sugar? How much caffeine do you consume per day? And then you can ask questions like, how many sweets do you eat per day? But I suppose it's a bit more complicated like that because sweets have different amounts of sugar in them. But that would save them having to specifically calculate how much sugar they consume. But I think that I'm overthinking this a little bit. If we try and keep it simple and just ask these separately, then I think that's okay for now. So I suppose we could have like a title. We'll have a title. We'll just call this Q for question. And then it will have like item A and then item B. And then like a plus icon, and then it'll just like find the average of how much someone consumes of caffeine. I think that could work. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. We don't want to make this too complicated because otherwise it will take us fucking ages. Why is there so much bread in the chat? What's going on? What is the bread cult? JetBrains IDE uses a lot of memory. Why not VS Code? Well, it doesn't affect me personally. Because I have a fair chunk of memory on my PC, but I can understand if someone's low on memory and it's got like 8 or 16 gigs, then they probably want to consider using something else. Are we talking about habits or addictions? Yeah, exactly that. I mean, we could talk about video games. We could ask how many video games you play per day. Next live stream, programming an operating system until I go insane. I think the database is first on the agenda before I make an operating system. I have actually thought about it. I think it would make a really interesting series. But at the same time, I don't have enough background knowledge to go into something like that just yet. But yeah, I mean, I did look into assembly. It just confused me way too much. Okay, so yeah, let's ask 2 questions. Let's ask how much caffeine do you consume per day, and how long do you spend playing video games per day? And then I suppose we could ask questions like, do you take breaks? But I think that's kind of out of the scope for now. So I think this is fine. Just ask this question. I'm not sure how we're going to structure this in JSON though. We'll have to think about that. But yeah, we probably have something like that, and then we'll obviously have the how long. So let me think. So the question's gonna like, in fact, let's get Figma up. Let me just check. I've got no private stuff on here. I shouldn't do. Any secret projects? Or copyrighted designs. Okay, cool. We're good. So let's make this canvas, and then we'll just like visualize what we're gonna be doing. Why is there no background? What's going on? Am I losing it? Someone please explain what the bread code is. Jesus is bread. That is true. All my homies have bread and wine for lunch. Okay, we're getting off topic. Why is this dark? What have I done? I don't understand. This has never ever happened. Wait, can we? What? I actually have no idea what's going on. It's not transparent. It's just not there. Wait. Show and exports. What is going on? Opacity? Yeah, but the opacity is full, I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, what? Why was it empty? I have literally no idea what's going on. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're good. So, we would probably have like a, I mean, this is a really rough sketch. We're not going to do any serious designs. But say they had the desktop app open, and then we just have a question up here, and it would be like something like, how much caffeine or caffeine consumption? We'll do something like that, and then it will be in the middle, and then this does not need to look good at all, as long as it's like understandable. And then we could just have like coffee, tea, and energy drinks. We can put coffee/tea. And we could also ask questions like, how many hours before you go to bed do you drink coffee? And things like, we could also have like I'm going very off topic here. We could also have like, how many hours of sleep do you get? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places we could take this. Thank you for blessing me with the bread. If you join the bread cult, you will get the bread charm, and you will get bread luck forever. Okay, where do I sign up? Have you guys made this up, or is this actually a thing? DBMS project got abandoned because he said he needs the time to rap. Yeah. /give Connecticut's bread charm. Thank you. Is that a Minecraft command? Pretty sure it's a Minecraft command. Okay, whatever. Okay. So yeah, let's have like caffeine consumption, or let's do sugar and yeah, let's just do sugar and gaming, because then that keeps it simple. So we'll just have like sugar consumption, and this can just be like, yeah, so we'll just say how much sugar do you consume daily, and then we'll have like a fun little text box. Also, there's a lot of it doesn't matter. I was thinking we could have like a grams here. In fact, we can do that. What am I talking about? We can do that, I think. Probably. We'll see. So we'll have this, and then we'll just have like something here. I'm already over engineering this. Is this white? There we go. You know what? It's fine. I'll know what it means. So we'll just have like grams there. And then this can be way shorter. There's no way someone's gonna have to write like this number, right? If someone's writing this number, I would presume they've probably got bigger problems. Okay. Let's just do that. And then this is just like the placeholder. I forgot to use Figma. I'm gonna just dump that there. Cool. And then, I don't know, what other sugar related questions can we ask? I guess we could just give some information. So we could just like have a little, we could have like a, one chocolate bar, and then just say like 10 grams or something like that. And then we could just say like one energy drink. How much is in an energy drink? Wait, how much sugar is in energy drink? We're gonna have to Google quite a few things for this. 12 grams. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll just say 12 grams. Also, I don't think, I mean, maybe this has more like 8 grams. I don't fucking know. Okay. We'll just have like some mini information down here. And then we'll have like a next button. And a go back button as well. And also, I'll make sure this like is in the center. Like that. We'll do something like that. Everyone's obsessed with bread today. Okay. So. pretty good front end, not gonna lie. I hope that's sarcasm. This is the shittiest UI I've ever made. But it's just a mock UI, so we can actually know what we're doing. So we'll have that for sugar consumption, and then for gaming or video games. How long per day do you spend playing video games? And I guess that each of these could just have a criteria and a weight. I think that's a good way of doing this. How long per day do you spend playing video games? 30 grams. Okay, let's just put it in hours. One chocolate bar is 8 grams. Let's just keep that in there for the memes, just to confuse people. And we could also add some more information as well as this later. Is this going to be a video later? Yeah, it's going to be. Maybe let the user select an amount of items below and calculate it for them. So I did think about doing that, but then I realized like there's going to be a lot of variance. Yeah, it's going to vary a lot in different sugar amounts, I suppose. Because like one chocolate bar, it could be this big, right? But it could be like a full-on like you know the ones in the packs. I don't know how to describe them, but like the one with like blocks. So it kind of depends, and also like because this is meant to be like a quick project, I feel like that's going to take some time. But I definitely feel like that's something we can add later. But for now, I don't think it matters too much. So the way I think I would do this is I would just... So I think the program should literally just read a JSON file and then answer questions based on that. Pardon me. In which framework or language will you make this UI in? So we're going to be using Tori to make this into a desktop app like this. And we're going to be using React.js with TypeScript in order to actually write the UI. But yeah, let's try doing this. So let's, we're going to have to write a little bit of Rust code just so we can read this JSON file and send it to the client side, but that won't take too long. So I think for now, we'll just create a random file. We'll move this later. And let's just, let me just put like, I don't know, like questions.json or something like that. Or habits.json. That's fine. And then in this JSON file, we'll just have, so for sugar consumption, in fact, yeah, this needs to be an array. I think you can just do arrays like that. I'm pretty sure. Also, I'll zoom in for you guys because I just realized the text is a little bit small. Annoyingly, you can't do Control+. You have to like manually do it. Hopefully that's a bit better for you guys. Let me know if that's a little too blurry. Well, you guys are still going on about fucking bread. You've all gone mental. So, I think what we'll do is for the sugar consumption, we'll just have like a title, sugar consumption. And then we'll have questions. So we'll just say like, how, and in fact we'll have like, we'll have questions, and then this will just be, and then we'll just have like unit, in this case G, question. In fact, yeah, let's just keep it one question for now. That's fine. And then we'll just say like, how much sugar to you? I just realized I put to you. How much sugar do you consume daily? And then it's just going to be an input, so it's just going to be input type, I guess. And this one's just going to be short. And then we're just going to say unit is going to be G. And we're going to say that the weights, at this, for now we're just going to make this 1. And in fact, this can be a number. And the criteria, or the safe criteria can be like, that can be like, I don't know, 36 grams. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go for a wee very quickly and refill my water. I will literally be 2 seconds. But yeah, continue talking about bread. Yeah, that's fine. I won't. Why are we on to French bread now? Okay. I'll literally be like 2 seconds. Let me turn my audio off as well. What up? How we doing? I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. Whatever. I forgot to start recording as well. Let me do that. If you suddenly can't hear me, that's unfortunate. Eat bread with water? That's disgusting. I like how there's like in the chat there's one guy talking about programming and the rest of you are talking about fucking bread. What about streaming servers? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Are you talking about like the things with templates? I don't know. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so let's change this to like I guess recommended maximum. So this is the sort of thing we'll deal with, and then for the video games, we'll do the same. And then we're just going to work with this for now and build our UI based on this. And you guys will see how this will start to work in a minute. So, okay. I guess we don't need this. Okay, and then we'll just have title, and this is just going to be the exact same thing actually. Title is just going to be video games. And then this is going to be how long do you spend playing video games each day? And then this is the unit's going to be hours. The type can be short, that's fine. The weights, so this one and sugar consumption, I would probably give the sugar consumption a weight of 2, and then we'll give this one like a 1.7. I don't know, I'm kind of guessing. but we'll figure those out later. And then the recommended maximum, I don't know, probably like 2.5 hours, something like that, which is fine. So now we have this. What we're going to do inside the Rust side, and I promise this shouldn't take too long, is do not remove. I'm going to remove it. No, I'm not going to remove it. Okay, so let's say get habits is going to be Tory command, and this is just going to return. I mean, I think we can just say JSON and be abstract like that. Also, I should probably do the Rust side in VS Code. That would probably be a good idea. Let me get it up. Okay. Cool. I'm not even going to read that. Okay. I don't want to admit that I want to see your code fail, but I just want to make sure I'm not the only stupid one that does not get his code running. I don't even understand my own code, to be honest. It's not you, it's me. Okay. People are still going on about fucking bread. I propose an end to bread. Bread needs to stop. Okay. Serialize file. Oh, we got a donation. Thank you for the donation, Jason. Let me actually, that's a good point. Let me get all the donations from where is it? Actually, I'll do it in a minute. I'll put your one up here though, because basically what I was doing is all the donations, I was going to get them, put them in a comment, and then just keep them in that file. But I'll put your one in this one and get the rest of them later on. I don't have the rupees sign on my PC, so I'm just going to do that. But yeah, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Make an evolution simulator. Yeah, that would be a bit of a pain. I mean, you kind of need to know game dev to do that properly, or at least make it look interesting. Hashtag bread is over party. Why VS Code for the Rust side? Because for some reason JetBrains doesn't pick up the IntelliSense sometimes. It's really irritating. Okay. Let's get this up. So this isn't great anymore. This is get habits. Okay. I forgot how to read a file in Rust. I cannot lie. Okay, so we do let habits raw equals fs. What's going on? I think the Rust analyzer is still figuring itself out. There we go. And then we'll just do const habits path equals /habits.json, and then we'll just make it the habits path, and then serialize JSON sed Rust. Let's figure out how that works. Actually, can we just... Oh no, because it's going to be a string, isn't it? Convert sed string to JSON Rust. I swear I just googled that. Oh, here we go. Sed JSON to string. Oh wait, we don't want toString, we want value. There we go. And then we just... What's this? Actually, you know, we could serialize it on the client side. Yeah, that's fine. So let's try doing this at least. So JSON serialize or from string is probably what we want. Habits for all. Oh, okay. What's going on? Oh yeah, it's a result in it. Init. Yeah, I think that's... Oh wait, what's the result type? You know what? Screw you, Rust. We're just gonna send the raw string and serialize it. on the client side because I am done with Rust, to be completely honest. This is also a result. So we're not gonna, you know what? We are gonna unwrap it for now. It's totally fine. We'll handle the error later. Right now, I just want to get this working. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Where's the stream gone? I think I closed it. No, there it is. Cool. So, now we've got this, we can close this up. We don't really need that anymore. And then here, what we're going to do is we're going to just check we can read the file. So what we're going to do is we'll say habits and then get habits or set habits equals use states, and then we'll just create a habits type. So interface or habit, yeah, that's fine. Actually, it can be an empty array like that. I got some funky music playing, but you guys can't hear it because my audio doesn't like to work in OBS. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do now is open this, and then we're just going to create a TypeScript type for it. So there is probably a software that I can just convert this for, but I can't be bothered. So we're just going to do title string, question string, input type string, unit string, weight is going to be a number, and then recommended maximum is going to be a number. And then that's what this is going to be. So now we need a use effect because we want this to run every time, or the first time it's rendered, but we don't want to continue to do it when it re-renders. And then we just want to say, in fact, I think we have to write a function inside here because React is quirky like that, and just say get habits, which returns a promise to a string. And then we'll just say, although, actually we could, no, we can just do this. So we can just say set, const habits equals, wait. Maybe we do need this. I forgot how it works. Hang on. Await and use effects. You guys are going to correct me. Promise to know what I'm doing. I just haven't used React for a little bit. Oh, okay, so we do this. Okay, I got it now. So we say const habits equals await, and then we want to listen. I think it's just, yeah, listen. Or no, sorry, emit. Await, emit from, yep, the Tori API. And we're just waiting for, what have we called it? Get habits. Something's wrong. I don't think it's emit. Hang on. I should know this. I made a series on this. Send event from JavaScript. Run command Tori. Do. You guys are probably correcting me in chat. Let's see what people are saying. Invoke, thank you. That's what it was. I forgot the name of it. Okay. Do. This needs to be an async function. And then we just do, why is it crying? Habits raw is going to be that. And then set habits json.parse habits raw, like that. And then I think we can just do invoke string. Yeah. And then we just do get habits, like so. And now, if we console.log habits, it should give us the habits file. So we'll just let Tori rerun. Don't know what it's doing. Did it freak out? Oh, it died. What? Could not find the system file specified. This is what happens when we use unwrap. Okay, what's going on? It definitely should have been able to find that. Maybe I need to move it to the source Tori folder. Let's see if that fixes it. Programming is not going well for me right now. Is that Tori? Yes, it is. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, and then we just get the serialized data. Perfect. So now, all we want to do is we want to take these and then convert them into questions. So I think the way we should do this is, realistically, I mean, we could use a state management like Redux. I think to keep it simple, we're not going to do that. Why is it freaking out? Oh yeah, of course, because it doesn't return anything. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'm a bit rusty. Literally. So I think what we'll do is we'll have a page component and we'll also pass in questions and yeah, we'll pass in a questions component and then current question, and that's how we'll go back and forth. So I suppose we'll just have like a set question. So we'll have current question and then set current question. And then this is just going to be, I think we can just make this a number. I guess, yeah, we don't actually need to, and then this means we can actually change the state and it will update. Cool. So, yeah, okay, that's fine. And then we'll just set that to -1 for now. And then what we'll do is, once these are loaded, we'll want to say set current question index. In fact, this can stay at 0. And then we can say, if we have our habits, then we want to load it. In fact, we'll just do if habits.length, and this is where React is a pain in the ass, greater than 0, then we'll return, and then else we'll just say loading. Maybe we should, instead of calling these habits, just say questions. I think that makes it a bit easier. It doesn't matter. This is just a test project, so it's fine. Why are you playing Rust? The bread cult is dying. What a tragedy. I know his next live stream will be about NFTs. What's that supposed to mean? Okay. So, I guess we'll just create a folder for components. And then we'll create a question component. And then we'll just have export default function question. That, I know you can probably boilerplate this, I just can't be bothered to set it up. And then I guess we'll have, yeah, so we'll just take in like a habit, which is obviously type habit. We'll export this as well so we can access it. In fact, let's put this in a types file. That probably makes more sense. We'll just create a types.ts in here. Yeah. Oops, didn't mean to post that. There we go. And then we'll just say habit is habit, and then we'll also have a current question index, which is we have to do this because we're not going to be doing any state management for now. Are you insane yet? Well, I'm not insane yet because this is TypeScript and React, which is a lot nicer to use than Rust. At least for someone like me who isn't as experienced in programming as some of the shills out there. And then we'll say set current question index, which is gonna just be, I mean, yeah, we can just take in a new index number. I think we can do it like this. There we go. Okay. And then we'll just take in the habit, current question index, and set current question index. I need to sort out my posture. I don't know if you guys have noticed, it's really bad. Wait, I need to do something. Let me just type it out. How the fuck do I pin this? The reactions are in the way! I can't pin it! There we go. I'll pin the bread, so everybody knows. If only I have the opposite. Rust just clicked in my brain faster than others. Yeah, you're probably smarter than me. Because it's taken me ages. Like, I can kind of write it, but when it comes to like actually writing like a data structure or something like that, my brain just melts. Okay. So, let's just return an empty fragment for now. Which, if you don't know, essentially this this allows us to wrap HTML inside it, but it doesn't actually create a div. It doesn't actually render a div element. Okay, so I suppose what we'll do now is we'll use the Figma for reference, and let's see. So we'll have the title, which is just going to be a H1. We're not going to bother about styling this too much as long as it's usable, just for now. So I think that we're just going to destructure the habit to make this a bit easier. And let's put the types on the left, just so we can use that for reference. So we'll just say title, question, input type. We'll just extract everything from it, like so. I forgot that I don't have Prettier here, so I'll have to manually format it. Imagine having to manually format your code. Absolute inconvenience. Cool. So now we have that. We can just use that. So we can just say title is this, which will get rendered. I guess we'll make this a H3. We'll just say question. And then we'll have like an input, which I suppose we'll put in a div. Also, let me know, guys, how many of you are familiar with React? And how many of you haven't tried it? Because, yeah, if a lot of you haven't tried it, then I'll explain what I'm doing as I go. But I presume that quite a lot of people, even if you've used like Vue or Svelte, probably understand what's going on here. Is the stream laggy? I do apologize about that. I live in the UK, so, yeah, my internet's not the best. Hoping that's okay, though. So what we're going to do is we have this div here, and inside this div, I suppose what we'll do is we'll put the input and then we'll put the unit. So in this case, the input type is short. I suppose we'll just create an input element or a UI component. So what we'll do is, wait, where did I put my components folder? Am I losing it? I'm probably losing it, aren't I? Where's my components folder? Am I blind? Wait. Oh yeah, I put it in the source Tory folder. How did I manage that? Oopsies. That's a good catch. Otherwise that probably would have thrown me off. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll create a UI folder, and then we'll just have an input component. And this just means that we can style it in different ways automatically and then reuse it instead of having to write it out every time. I'm not going to use Tailwind. I could use Tailwind. I'm not going to use Tailwind just because we want to keep this project as simple as possible. And Tailwind weirdly creates a lot of bugs when you're first setting it up if you don't do it right. Or at least that's from my experience with it from the File Explorer. Yeah, so we'll make a TSX file and then we'll just make it input. We'll keep this relatively simple as well. We'll create a style sheet and we'll just call it input.css and then import./input.css and then we'll just say export default function input like so. And I guess because this is probably the only input we're really going to be using for now, we'll just we'll take in the unit as well. So interface props like so, and then the unit is going to be a string, the placeholder is going to be a string, and the type is going to be a string. We could actually turn the string into an enum item. Let's not worry about that for now. We'll keep it simple. So actually, I nearly just said shrimple. So we'll just create an input type. And then we'll just create, so in this case, it's just going to be one possible type, which I think I just put short. Yeah, so we'll just make this short and then we can add others later. We'll export this as well because we're going to need to use this here. Also, that's a good point. We probably want to have a placeholder as well. So let's add that real quick. So we'll just have placeholder. And we'll just make this 30 for now. And then let's just put 2 for now. Actually, we'll put 2.5 so people know that they can add decimals. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to extract the props. So we'll just say unit placeholder type. React is great, but I'm using it right now, but I'm doing it in vanilla. Haven't got time to learn TypeScript. Yeah, that's understandable. When you're, I mean, like when you're learning something new, unless you're familiar with TypeScript, I'd recommend learning TypeScript and that technology separately. Otherwise, when they come together, it's not going to make a lot of sense. Also, I had a lot of issues with using TypeScript with React. I don't know if they've updated the documentation, but when I was learning TypeScript with React, there wasn't a lot of information out there of how to use them together from my memory. But maybe they've improved the documentation now. I think Fireship made a video about it actually, of how to use TypeScript with React. Okay. Let's see. So here we'll just make an input element like this. And in fact, this does need to be wrapped inside a div. And then we'll probably just have like a div here. And this can just be, I mean, this can just be called unit, input-unit. That's fine. And then we'll call this input container. Actually, we don't need this to have a class name. And you'll see why in a minute. Unit, placeholder is the placeholder. And then I guess we'll just put like width and height. Switch, type, case, short. And then input type and then the type they provided is not currently supported. Cool. And then here we'll just say let width and then let height. I was worrying about using like making sure these have initial values, but I forgot this is TypeScript. We don't need to make it as type safe as we would in Rust, so it doesn't matter too much. That's the interesting thing about TypeScript, is it's kind of, well, it is type safe, but there's a lot of places you can still go wrong. It doesn't completely enforce it, but I like that. I like having that freedom because there are often cases where my data is structured in a way that it might appear not type safe, even if it is. But in Rust, it enforces it very strictly, which can use up a lot of time. You made an interpreter, and that's pretty awesome, to be fair. They're not easy to make. Like the passing side's not so bad, but the in terms of like the adding a stack and stuff like that, is confusing to me. Especially, actually, saying that with operator precedence, when you're writing a parser, that can be really confusing. Because you got to decide, like, if you did like 2 plus 3 times 2 plus 2, the parser needs to know how to organize these brackets, which can be a little difficult to write. But anyway, that's off topic. So we're just going to say, for now, I guess 20. And yeah, these can be a number. So we'll just say width 20 and height is going to be, actually, we can probably make this like that. Wait, what did we do in Figma? Figma can tell us. Oh yeah, I forgot they have a dev mode now. This is actually really awesome. I really rate this. Yeah, so width 173. Okay, that's way too large. We'll probably say like width 80 for now and see what happens. I don't know why I did a colon there. Oopsies. Okay, and then we'll just say width equals width. And height equals height, like so. Cool. This should be good for now, I think. Also, we don't need this. We can just close it like that. And then in the CSS file, we're just going to say dot input container div, which is going to be our unit essentially. And we'll comment that as well. Unit styling. We'll put that above actually. There we go. Just flexing my Vim skills that are shit. Hello, what we're making today? We are making a habit tracking software. We're chilling right now. Just getting the basics down. So it's going to ask, for people who have joined and don't know what's going on, it's going to ask a series of questions, and then it's going to rank your habits in terms of severity, and then it's going to give you some symptoms, short-term and long-term, that could occur with these, as well as what you can do in order to get rid of these habits. So it'll give you like a schedule. But at the moment, it's just going to list the schedule. It's not going to actually let you interact with the schedule in the app just yet. Because to be honest, I don't want to deal with JavaScript time just yet. But if we get around to that, we'll definitely implement that. Okay, so what we're going to say is, I mean, we'll probably just keep the height the same, which is 40. The height's always going to be the same, actually. I just realized. But the width can vary. And because of that, actually, we'll probably want to do that in here. So we'll just say height for style, height, and we'll just set that to the height, just so they're nice and equal. Oh yeah, I forgot, we got to use brackets. I'm so rusty. I'm such a rustation that I forget to use brackets now. I do miss TypeScript. After using Rust for so long, it's so nice to code in TypeScript. It's so straightforward. Okay. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll put our input here, our input element, and we'll give it the unit. Oops. We'll give it the placeholder, which I haven't put in the type just yet. So I'll just put that here, placeholder string. Cool, and then finally we'll have the type, which is just going to be input type. Cool. Did I forget to import this? Why is it not letting me import it? Did I not export it? What's going on? I think WebStorm's having a moment. Let's import it manually then. Not CSS, input. Oh yeah, it's also the default item. Cool. And then we'll have a next and back button. So we'll just, we'll have this, the style. We're just going to hard code the style like this for now. We'll do a space between, just like that. And then, we'll just have two buttons. We'll have the next and back buttons. We'll also make these UI components, but we'll keep them simple. And then we'll just pass in the children as a prop, which I forgot the name of the type for prop children. Let's see, React TypeScript children. Okay, it's just React.React node. Okay. Cool. We don't need to style the button just yet. Actually, we'll give him a width and a height. Let's say like 80 pixels, and then the height 40 pixels or 25 pixels, and we'll see how that looks. Okay. It's freaking out because we've got unused variables here. That's fine. Also, we'll need an onClick. I'll take that in as well. Thank you for the donation, Suffix. Appreciate it. Oh, is it to Matt? Hi, Matt. Appreciate the donation. Matt's a Rust god and a Linux god. If you ever got a problem with Rust, consult Matt. Don't consult Matt, because he'll probably get a bunch of DMs now. Okay, wait. Where did I put all the here we go. All the donations. I put you on the famous list. I don't know why I copied your name. It's like 4 letters. That's how lazy I am. But yeah, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. There we go. I forgot to read chat. That's how in the zone I was. What's your opinion on PHP? I used it once, like I don't know, like 3 years ago when I was first getting into web dev. At the time, it was horrible. Like, nothing made sense. Nothing, like, was normal. But that also could be my lack of experience with PHP. So I'm not going to comment on it. From my experience, it's not very nice, but I also have very limited experience, so I'm not really qualified to talk about it. My DMs are closed now. Sorry, Matt, I didn't see your donation. I was too in the zone. I wasn't ignoring you. I promise. Okay, so let's get back into this. So, we're sitting on 65 viewers. That's not too bad. I suppose not many people were interested yesterday because we're just doing the B+ tree for like 4 hours. Okay. Why are imports suddenly like just not happening? Alt enter? Oh, is it Alt enter? I was using space, shift space with like you do in VS Code. Okay, nice. So we got our import. So now, yeah, that should be fine. Cool. Our on click is just gonna be set current question index to current question index -1. I just realized we don't actually need to pass this in because React is written really well. So we can actually, I mean, we need to make sure we pass these in. So we just want to say habit. Oh yeah, we also got to import this as well. We've got to say habit equals habits current question index. And then we just want to say set current question index to the function here. Nice. What's going on? Oh yeah, I forgot to remove this. Cool. And then we just set this to current -1. Wait, can we not do this anymore? What's going on? Ah, okay, so I think, wait, bear with me. React dispatch, sure, we'll just copy this type. Why not? Wait, why am I like using comments here? I don't know what I'm doing. And we'll set this to dispatch and this to state action. Cool. So, I don't think we need to set that to number. Yeah, okay, we can do that. Very nice. And then obviously this needs to have children as well. Which I think we can just, yeah, we can do like that. Cool. And then this is just going to be next. Or previous, or back. And this can be next. How long does it take for a beginner to get the grip of Rust? I mean, for me, I still don't have the grip of Rust. Like, I've been doing Rust for like 9 or 10 months inconsistently, and I still don't get the grip of it. But to like actually start to be able to make things in it, I would probably say, I mean, depending on the complexity, if you want to make like a serious app, I would say probably at least a month, personally, but it depends. And if you're doing it from scratch, I would probably say up to 3 months, to be honest. Or even more than that. Also, if anyone's got any questions, make sure you ping me, because otherwise I probably won't see it. Because there's a lot of messages, so gotta filter them out. Okay, sweet. So now we have this. This will allow us to go through different questions. We also need to make sure that when we submit a question, it puts it in the state. But we'll deal with that in a minute. So the weight and the recommended maximum we don't want to do anything with just yet. We'll figure out what's going on here. Probably nothing too big of a deal. In fact, we'll just restart it. Cool. Oh yeah, and I also got to make sure I actually render the question component. That would help. I swear oh wait, yeah, I don't need this. What am I talking about? We can boot that. I had like Alzheimer's for a second there. Loading. Okay, it's loading for a concerning amount of time. What's going on here? How is current question index? Array 0. Wait, why is it suddenly like non-existent? What's going on? We'll get to the bottom of this. Hang on a minute, what's going on? Set habits, JSON path, habits raw. I mean, this worked before. Keep this one open source. I want to contribute with anything I can. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'll probably make it open source. What is going on? I mean, it's probably something... Oh, wait, it's the JSON syntax. I probably made a syntax error in the JSON. It's like the most simple mistake you can make. I probably, like, added an extra comma. Yeah, here we go. Oopsies. Okay, this should work now. There we go. Look at this. I mean, these buttons are way too far apart, considering their sizes, but it's fine. Also, this isn't displaying next to each other, which is probably because I forgot to do that. Class name input container. We can just say style equals display flex. Cool. It looks horrible, okay, but it works. So now we'll be able to just enter in 30 grams. Next will take us to video games. Obviously, if we press next again, we're going to run into a problem because obviously this exceeds the length of the array. So, I mean, what we can do here is we can probably just say, I mean, we can just say something along the lines of, wait, where is it that we're, okay, it's here. So, const current habit. We could use a use effect, I guess. I think it's fine just to have duplicate use effects. Although we don't need it. Yes, we do. I changed my mind, we do. And then we can just put in habits here, or current question index. And then we can just say if current question index, and this is a really shitty way of doing it, but it's fine. We're just playing around. If current question index is bigger than habits.length, then, and I think we want to have -1. Then we just want to say set current question index to habits.length -1, and then if else if, although this is a really shitty way of doing it. Really, we should filter it out so they actually can't set the yeah, okay. I mean, we could just get passing the length of the habits. Or just say habits length, which is fine. I think it's fine to do it like that, actually. So we'll just pass in the habits length like this. I apologize for my shit programming practices. And then we'll just take in habits.length. Let's also just use multiple lines because this looks ugly as fuck. There's a bread called server now. What is going on? Okay, so now that's looking fine. We will take in the habits length, and then we'll say we'll make a function for each of these. So we'll say function next question, and we'll also make one for previous question. And then we'll just pass that in here. Next question, previous question. And then we'll say let new or const new index equals current yeah, we'll say wait, why is, oh, okay. So we actually want to say set current index previous, and then we'll just say if previous +1, and actually we'll say new index equals previous plus 1. If new index is equal to the length minus 1, habits length minus 1, then return. Although we can't do that, so we'll just have to say previous. Was it freaking out? I guess because we don't have a definitive value. Else we'll return the new index. Yeah, that's good. That's Gucci. It's kind of ugly, but it works. It's fine. Actually, we can just say smaller than 0. And now we shouldn't be able to go past. So yeah, we can't go back more than 0, and we can't go forwards more than the maximum. That took way too long to implement. I do apologize, but we got it working now. Let me check OBS is still recording. Yeah, it's cool. All right, nice. Why didn't you use Tailwind? Probably because I mean, it might save some time, but it's just annoying to set up. It's not very entertaining. I might in the background after I've stopped streaming, but we don't need to implement it just yet. Are you going to add a functionality for the user to add habits that they can track? Yeah, absolutely. If we ever get to that stage, then yeah, we would definitely consider doing that. But realistically, that's probably not in the scope of the next few days, which is what I need to complete this by. I want to get a video out next week. Wait, what day of the week is it? Okay, Thursday. I had like a schizophrenia moment. Disclaimer, I don't have schizophrenia, that was a joke. Petition for Connecticut to change his profile picture to the iOS bread emoji. Maybe. I mean, my profile picture already kind of looks like bread. Like, if you remove, like, the eyes... Actually, no, if you remove the eyes, it just looks like a penis with hair around it. But, no. Yeah, maybe I will. Because everyone seems to like bread. Where is this bread thing coming from? Can someone tell me? If you guys just made this up. Okay. So now we've got this working, we can actually start to consider the next step, which in this case is just going to be ranking the habits based on their severity. So we have two pieces of data here. We have the weight and the maximum, and we also need to make sure we store these inputs, but we'll handle that in a minute. Yeah, we can handle that. So the weight is going to determine how much of a habit is how much of an impact a habit has, and the recommended maximum is like the maximum number they can enter before it becomes a problem. And then what we do is we times the percentage they go over the recommended maximum by the weight, and then that determines the severity. What we will deem as severe or medium severity is another question that we'll have to figure out. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start by storing this data. So what we'll do is we can do something fancy here. We can probably have... yeah, okay, so the way I envision this... Actually, because the state depends on the habits. Because... Actually, okay, so we'll create a current input, set current input equals use state, and we'll just make this an empty object for now. Cool. And now what I think we'll do is we'll say const habits equals JSON habits pass equals JSON.pass habits raw. We'll have to add the past here because we already have a variable called habits, and then we'll pass it in here. Because the thing with state in React is if I tried to access habits here, the piece of state up here, it wouldn't necessarily, I don't think it would actually have a value just yet. It takes like a second for this to actually work. And set habits is not asynchronous either, so we can't wait for it. So that's why I've done this. But what I figured we would do is we could have a set current input, and then I suppose set current input would just be habits past dot map, and then habit. And in fact, we could probably just say we could probably make this an array, actually. And then we can just make this a number array. Trying to figure out how to do this. Do. I think what we'll do is we'll have a list of habits which we'll associate to this array, and then we'll just I guess have a no value, a magic number which is -1, and then we'll just set that to habits.map, and then just return a no value like that. I think that works. Yeah, okay. And then this should be this should have 2 -1s in it now. So if we console.log current input. Oops. Also, I know this is a really dumb way of doing it. I don't really care, as we're just kind of prototyping right now. It's empty, which is not expected. Oh wait, it's because we got to do habits past. I told you it wouldn't work. Yeah, and then we get 2 -1s. Cool. So, now we know that works. Is we can, and we'll just make this a bit clearer, no input value. And then what we'll do is we'll say set current input, and we'll pass that in. Set current input equals set current input, and then we'll add that as a property. Set current input, or instead of set current input, we'll say set inputs. Like this, and then set inputs. And then inputs, set inputs. Just to make that a bit clearer. What's going on? Why is it freaking out? Oh yeah, obviously because this is an array of numbers. Now, I'm wondering how this would actually... Because how do we know which index? How do we set a specific index of this array? Wait, set specific index of state react. Hopefully this will help. This is okay. Maybe we should rethink how we're doing this then. So, actually, we could just add an input property to that. Okay. So yeah, I think that we could just add an input, which would actually make a lot more sense. And then that also saves us passing in the habit. So we can just say habits like that. Although, don't know if that'll work. My brain is having an oof moment, as it usually does. Okay, new idea. So instead, we'll have a we'll have an input or a question input, and then this will just have the question title, habit title. Sure, this is really shit code, I do apologize. And then we'll just have the value or input, which is just gonna be a number or null. And then this can be that. And then this just can, actually this can still be an array, but it'll be an array of question inputs. This is gonna be really inefficient. It's fine, it literally doesn't matter. That's what every bad programmer says. Okay, so in this case, it would just be habit title, which I don't know why it's not giving me IntelliSense for this. Whatever. Habit title, which is gonna be habit dot title, and the input is just gonna be null for now. What have I done wrong? What's going on? I'm losing the plot. What? Oh wait, I don't know what's going on. I've got to wrap it in like that. That's probably why I didn't get IntelliSense. So if I try type input now, yes, we get it. Okay, cool. That was just me being dumb. What? Did I miss it? Yeah, I just missed her. Okay, yeah. We had a moment, but we're back on track now. So set inputs is now going to be, and we should probably move this to our types file. So we'll just get rid of this, and then we'll just put this in our types TS. There we go. Not that one, we want that one. We'll import that, and we will change this here. Question input. Cool. So now the value, and also maybe there should be hang on, new idea. Bear with me, guys. Won't take a sec. So instead we should have oopsies, and then we'll just have it like that, and then we'll assign this to question input. Yeah, that works. Because that way it's a lot faster for accessing the data. And then we'll just say key is the habit title. And then here we just, in fact, we can just have number or null. And then we'll just say key habit title value input value, just to make that clear. Cool. And then all we have to do is now say, probably have to import that type. Oopsies. Wait, question import, imports. Remove that. Why can't I? Oh, there we go. Okay. And then set inputs. And we probably also want to pass in our inputs as well. Inputs, which is just question inputs. Get rid of that. Cool. Now we just say question or inputs, and then title, like that. We also got to take this in here. Let's also do this, just so this is a bit clearer. Gotta clean this up a little bit. Like so. Bread. Oh yeah, we also gotta take in the value, which is a string. So we'll have to convert that. So let's see. Value equals, we'll take in a value as a number. There's probably, I think there's a better way to do this in React, but it's fine. Yeah, and this is the thing with not using state management in React, guys, is that you have to pass in props all over the place. So now I've got to pass in the set inputs prop into the input. It's just, it can be a mess sometimes. But it's fine. This can be a number or null. Cool. Why does it start on the second item? That's kind of weird. How is current question index? Current question index should be 0. Yeah, it's 0. And then what? It gets set to 1. Oh wait, maybe sugar consumption is next. Although no, it isn't, because there's no next button. That's kind of weird. We'll figure that out later. That's not important right now. Yeah, there's a lot of state management tools that I could use. It's just that I can't be bothered. At the last YouTube live stream, the chat had a collective minus 67.5 IQ. Yeah, probably. I probably didn't contribute very well. How do you measure the weight of a video game? So what this is the weight essentially determines, and this is just guess, but this is the impact that the habit has. So the more that they go over the recommended maximum, we times that by the weight, and then that determines the severity. Cool. Yeah, because we'll just have like a set value, which is we'll copy paste one of these. Or set input. we'll just make that an empty function and then say onChange equals set input. This is super messy. You guys are still going on about fucking bread. Okay. And then here we'll just say, we'll just make this cleaner. I have to do this manually. And then we'll say set input equals and then we'll create a function called set input, and this is just going to set the input in the state. Apologize that this is a little bit tedious. And then we'll just say set input, and then we'll put like I suppose set inputs, which I forgot to take in here in the props. Look at how many props there are. This is awful. Also, I'm in the wrong place. Set inputs. Set inputs, and then I suppose this doesn't work in the same way, does it? I think I've just run into the exact same problem. No, it's fine. This is actually better. This is okay. So we just say title, and then the also, how are we gonna get this value? I'm losing my mind. This is just simple JavaScript and I'm losing it. I don't feel too good today, so I'll probably keep going for like another 10 minutes and then we'll probably call it a day. But tomorrow will be a lot more productive once I get my sleep. Also, it's really hot here. It doesn't make it fun to work in. Because I have my fan here, but I can't put it on because it will just absolutely drown the noise in my mic. Why no Svelte? Because Svelte is a pain sometimes, and I like React. You could disagree all you like, but yeah. Okay. So when this video input is changed, oh yeah, we probably want to pass in the actual value. So what we'll do is we'll just take an E. Take a new input, and then we'll say, no, wrong place. u.target.value. Like that. And then we'll do the same here, so we'll take in new value string, and we'll just set this the new value. And then we just want to say that. Oh yeah, of course, because this needs to be a number. So we'll just say pass int new value. So yeah, now we could set the value here. And then if we console.log the inputs, it should tell us that value in the state. Yeah, so you see we got sugar consumption. I don't know why. Oh yeah, here we go. I don't know why it's printing it like that. Oh, I know why it is. It's because I forgot to update this. So I need to actually say, yeah, that's dumb. So we probably want to say like, wait, convert array to object JavaScript. I apologize for my JavaScript rustiness. It's gonna be really simple. I think, yeah. I forgot how reduce works. Do. 5 ways to convert an array to an object. I don't want to do it like that though, because like 0 sling. I don't want to do it like that. Okay, no, this makes sense. This is perfectly fine. So we just want to do object.from entries, and then we do habits pass.map habit.title, and then null, like that. No, that's fine. We just need to wrap this in brackets. Do we need the brackets then? Never mind, we don't. Okay. Yeah, this is more like it. So you see how all of these are null? Well, if I try and, if I put this aside, you'll be able to see it. As I type this in, you see that the state updates, which just means that this is now keeping track of all the input values. The same for the video games. We can now update, oops, I need to go back for video games. You see that video games now also updates, which is pretty awesome. So that's all working, which is really easy. It's just simple inputs. And then I think what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to start calculating the different weights and values, and actually look at getting this thing working so it ranks your different habits. And what I'll do in the meantime is I'll probably figure out the maths behind it so that when we get to streaming we can get straight to programming, and I'll explain that as well. So thank you to the people that donated, and thank you to everyone for sticking around and watching. I'll see you I'll probably start the stream around the same time tomorrow because we got quite a lot of viewers today. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Look forward to programming tomorrow. Bye bye.